Welcome to the morning Wellbeing Ritual. We are well and truly in the heart space, aren't we? And you know, it's so nice to be in the Anahata Chakra region because probably most yoga classes I teach focus either on hips or heart. And actually most spiritual disciplines are about love. So the heart chakra is, there's such a smorgasbord of offerings that you can do for heart chakra. Because really, for me, my understanding of the word, the label, the name, God is love. So I always use the word love in place of that. And most of these practices, for me, are about remembering the love inside of me. That's so easy to get lost in the rushing around and the job list. Instead, to start each day rooted in that reconnection to, okay, so basically I'm love. How am I going to live my day to day? So heart chakra, Anahata Chakra, what a way to spend the day, the week, the year, the life. So we're going to do a meditation practice, and I am going to use my mala beads. So these are my mala beads. You don't need to have mala beads. I'm going to give you a hand mudra to do if you don't have them, but I'll give you a minute to go and grab your beads if you do have some. And then, because generosity is one of those words that goes with Anahata Chakra, I couldn't let this not be an opportunity to shout out a friend. So these mala beads are from StardustRocks.com. And this is a friend of mine called Aika, who I'm friends with from when I lived in France. And this is her business. And she has 2 gorgeous boys. She has a dog, some doves, some chickens, cats. And they live in the mountains like Heidi. And she's just the most beautiful, beautiful human being. And her products are amazing and they're steeped full of her energy. So her website is StardustRocks.com. I promise I'm not getting paid to promote her. She's just a wonderful woman, and I really think that if you're going to buy some mala beads, how brilliant to be contributing to her life and her stability. Okay, so before we begin the practice, I'll just talk through what we do with the mala or with your hands. So each mala has a sort of head mala, which is the one with the tassel on the end of it. And you're going to start with your hands just holding the first bead. So not the head one, or I refer to it as the queen one, the one next door to it. And then literally you say a mantra, you then move to the next bead. You repeat the mantra, you move to the next bead. You repeat the mantra, you move to the next bead. And like this, you go through the beads. There's usually 108 beads on a mala, although that does vary. And some people use a rosary too. The rosary is pre-church. So the rosary isn't just a thing that belongs to the Catholic Church. The rosary is the reference to the divine feminine, and hence the shape. I mean, these shapes, they're the sign of the feminine, aren't they, if you do that? And they're really just a tool for anchoring in a practice. You can wear them around your wrist, and then whilst you're waiting in the queue at the supermarket, you can be doing your mantras. So for me, that's just the most exciting thing about any kind of spiritual practices. If you can do it while you're chopping carrots, then that really works. Because not many people have that time to put aside if they are caring for others, which most of us women are. Okay, so if you haven't got the mala, the other option is that you use your hand, and you're just going to basically start with your thumb at your index finger. That would be 1 round. Take your thumb to your middle finger, 2nd round. I have to hold it up for the Facebook group. Take it to the 3rd finger. That is the 3rd round. And take it to the little finger, 4th round. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Super easy. You have your hand in a relaxed place and you just move through your fingers like that. And the mantra that we're going to work with today, and I'm probably going to say this incorrectly because it's a Hawaiian word and I am not trained in Hawaiian, but I'm going to give it my best shot, and apologies to anyone who knows how I should be saying this and if I'm saying it terribly. So we're going to work with the Ho'oponono Prayer. Ho'oponono Prayer, which is just the repeating of, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. So if you're using your hands, it would literally be, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And then again, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. And we're going to do that for 10 minutes. So I don't know if you want to write that down, because I'm not going to repeat it constantly for the 10 minutes. What we're doing with a mantra meditation is allowing the mind to focus in on one single thing. So where a mindfulness meditation is about opening up and expanding and getting this broader horizon as you take everything in, a mantra meditation is the opposite. You're going in and in and in, and you're focusing. And as the mind takes you off, like it does, because that's its job and it's really good at it, it's not that you're failing at all, it's that you're being human. As you're being human and you start to think about other stuff and sounds, prompt thoughts and weird cycles of internal dialogue come to the fore, you smile and you bring yourself back to the mantra. You smile like you would if you were training a puppy and it jumped up and it was too excited. You wouldn't be like, oh, naughty puppy, you're a nightmare. You'd be like, I love this puppy and it's so sweet that it wants to cuddle me, but I do need to bring it back. And that's the mindset that I think is helpful for a meditation practice. A lot of people, when they talk about meditation, say that it's about emptying the mind. And it may well be that for some people that is true, but that is not my personal experience. And I think it can really set you up for a fall to think that you're going to empty your mind on day one, because not many people I've come across have done that. In truth, my definition of a meditation is doing anything single-mindedly. So that can be anything from going for a run, having a swim, painting a picture, writing a poem, reading a story to your children, cooking some food. There's literally no limit. But what you're doing is putting all of your awareness, all of your attention into that thing. And that is meditation. It's a weird hierarchy, isn't it, to say meditation is just this one thing and you have to sit a certain way. I'm not into that. Okay, having said that, if you can sit with your spine straight, that is a great idea. So that was a lot of chat, wasn't it? Sorry. We've got 10 minutes. Let's start with some circles and some movements, and then I will kick you off with the mantra, and then I will become silent, leaving you to just repeat the mantra in whichever way suits you. Okay, so bring your hands to your knees, sitting up nice and tall. Let your shoulders come away from your ears and drop your eyelids. And we'll take our first 3 breaths to bring us into this moment, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And start to take some circles, dropping right ear to right shoulder, chin down to chest, left ear to left shoulder, and coming up and over. And then changing direction. And letting your shoulders come up towards your ears, rolling them back and down. Slowing the movement right down, making it feel as true as it can possibly be. And bringing your breath to that movement. Elbows or arms circling. And then full arm extensions if you have space. Maybe taking your arms up high, folding the elbows, holding onto either elbow, possibly having a little wriggle from side to side. And then coming to center with your arms, framing your head and allowing a deeper diaphragmatic breath to drop into your body, expanding through the tummy as you inhale. And then drawing the tummy button back against the spine as you exhale. And then dropping your hands down into your lap. If you become uncomfortable, change your position. You don't need to be rigid about anything. You're dropping into flow. That might mean that there is a gentle sway in the spine. You don't need to resist any kind of movement. And just start to feel your breath. And we'll begin by looking at the two-part breath. Feeling into the inhale and the exhale. And then starting to feel into the space between the breaths. So that space at the end of the inhale where the lungs are full. Hold for a moment. And then the space at the end of the exhale where the lungs are empty. Holding for a moment. And seeing which of those 4 stages feels most comfortable to you. So we are approaching the end of this week. Is the summer solstice, the longest day, the shortest night. And in terms of the seasons of the breath, that is the pause at the end of the inhale where the lungs are full. That's where we are seasonally in our breath cycle. And that may or may not relate to how your breath is feeling, because we each have these cycles within us. The cycle of the seasons is only one of those cycles. There's also the moon, there's also our lifetime, there's also our menstrual cycle, and the cycle, the cadence of the day. And so we're going to be working with the Ho'oponono Prayer. The words are, I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you. So if you're working with mala beads, taking the first bead between the fingers, and that can be I love you. Second bead, I'm sorry. Third bead, please forgive me. Fourth bead, thank you. And then you begin again. If you're working with the fingers, thumb to index finger, I love you. Thumb to middle finger, I'm sorry. Thumb to third finger or ring finger, please forgive me. Thumb to little finger, thank you. find your rhythm, you'll find your pace. You'll let your breath move through the mantra. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. If you're using the mala or a rosary, then when you come right the way around to the queen bead, then just bring your hands into your lap. If you're using the fingertips, then slowly bring that mantra to a close and bring your hands into your laps. Notice how you're feeling, where you're feeling it, where in your body is responding to that prayer. And what words would you use to describe the feeling? And bring one hand over your heart, place the other hand over the top, drop your chin down towards your chest. So the senses are directed inwards towards our hearts. Visualizing our heart like a great big peony flower, maybe beginning as a tightly packed ball, and as you breathe, opening that heart space. As the petals open, feeling that openness spread through the rib cage, the cells, the tissue. And we'll close with the Metta Bhavana prayer. May I be happy. May I be healthy. May I be free of suffering. May I be free of mental anxiety. May I live in peace. May my life be blessed with ease. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you be free of suffering. May you be free of mental anxiety. May you live in peace, and may your life be blessed with ease. May we be happy. May we be healthy. May we be free of suffering. May we be free of mental anxiety. May we live in peace. And may our lives be blessed with ease. Hands to heart center, forehead to fingertips. Namaste. The love inside of me sees the love inside of you. We say that to each and every one of us on this earth. Namaste.